Welcome to a Blender Splatoon tutorial. So with the bases, they might accidentally be broken, and if you want to make your own things and trying to move on from the bases, this tutorial is for you. This is how you make the eyelids, be able to move. This works for the humanish form and the octopus form or the squid form, but for the octopus/squid form is more complicated, so I'm going to show you how to do it with the inkling/octoling. So first you want to unplug these. If you already have those plugged in, you should have this thing called Node Wrangler installed in Blender. Go to Texture and click on Multiple Images. Go to where you have saved all of your Splatoon files or whatever, and find your octoling file. Go into the octolings and select all the eyelids except for the tiara because we won't need it here. I already have them all selected in here. So then you're going to add in a mix RGB or mix node and set it to multiply and put the eyelid MLTA into the color 1. You're going to have another mix node, but set it to mix and have the color be whatever you want. I have it set to black. So now what we're going to do is put in a value node, and then we're going to put in a math node. I know it's almost summer and no one wants to think about math, but set this thing to greater than. So this thing's threshold to 1. Put this thing's threshold to 0.100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. These two will be connected to the same thing, just the same. Okay, that's good. Now take in your mix node, bring it over here, and make the same amount for each of these. Don't worry about the factor slider. We'll get to that later. And plug this into the factor slider. Now take this and put it into the value slot of the greater than of the math nodes. Now that you have that done, you take this value node and put it into the factor node. This value part in the math node. And then you take this output node and put it into color 1 for these. Alright, now you may be like, but the eyelids are not there. You have to install them. So put these all in. Make sure you count the amount you have first so you do it right. I messed up. I just realized I have 7. So I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna put this into color 1, put this into the factor slider, and put this thing over here, 7, and then connect it in there. Now, for the opacity nodes, you can do the same thing, but instead of having to make it all over again, you can just copy and paste it, put this thing into the alpha slider, and just install all of them. And then you test it out. Now you can pose your eyelids. I suggest making everything except for the value node a group. So Command or Control G. Go back to the eyelid. Now it is a group. So it's easier to manage. So you don't have to struggle every 10 seconds. Maybe I should make this a group too. Oh no. I accidentally put the value node into the group. Okay, there we go. Deselect that. Command G. And there you go. You have finished your eyelids for the regular inkling / octoling or whatever the hell you're using. I suggest making this part a group too, so it's easier to manage as well. So you don't have to think about it that much. Even though this is a very simple basic node setup. But now everything's connected like that. Nice and organized. So now what you're going to do, so now that's it. This is how to pose the eyes. Just do whatever you do with the normal eyes regularly. You don't need this texture coordinate mode. Go in here, type in UV map, plug this into the vector node, and plug this in to every eye texture. Not every eye node, every eye texture. And then plop in a normal node. Plop this in here. And now you can rotate the eyes with this little ball. Alright, now it's time for the painful part. The octoling. Octopus. It's basically the same, but you just combine. Since the squid / octopus form has more eye textures, like for the roughness and normal, you're gonna have to do that a lot more, like 3 times. But that's fine if you don't have to, so you don't have to worry about it. Just group all of them. Just group them. It makes things way easier to deal with. Group them all. Just group them all so it's less of a mess. I don't know how you see Blender like without it being organized, so just do that. And you see this? Yeah, this. Take this, 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 and this, and this. Make it into a group. Wait, I think I messed up. Yeah, don't do that, because then you can't pose the eyes. Alright, what you're going to do is put all 3 of these into one group. And now it's all in one group. You can close it. It'll be this really big ball. Ignore that. It does not matter. And then get in a Then get in a normal node, not normal map node. Put the UV back into the thing. Location. And it's quite literally the same as before. I just take this and this, group them together, and there you go. You have everything done, all in one, nice and neat. Bring these value nodes next to each other. Set it to -1. This is how you can do the blinking. And since Splatoon uses UV maps, it can still move while doing that. So it's not contradictory. And there you go. That's how you move eyes and eyelids in Splatoon Blender. Yeah. Okay, good. I was recording.